Hey guys, welcome back to the Snapring Chronicles. We're coming back at you with another Ratchet video. Okay, here we have kind of a Ratchet adapter, like a breaker bar adapter, add-on Ratchet. This is the Proto, manufactured USA. Remember the MFD with Proto? I think I referenced that on maybe the last video, a couple of videos ago. And this is model 5247. This is a 3/8 ratchet adapter and a little bit of a cautionary tale on this ratchet adapter. I purchased this online and it had some surprises inside. So anyhow, let's get to tearing it down, or maybe we'll just give it a quick overview here. Here is the ball detent. Looks well centered, a bit maybe dirty or pitted, and it has, this is the switch here. It has on and off. On is to the right and off is to the left when you switch it, and this is what it looks like in the female 3/8 section. And to take this apart, it has a coil ring. Let me get a pick here. And I started the ring just to make it easy, because this is a little bit kind of not too complicated, but a little bit complicated. Okay, and then you just lift the switch up and take it off. And this is what the switch looks like. There's the knurling. Pretty good, pretty heavy. The knurling seems pretty decent. And here is the actual switch that you use to switch back and forth on the ratchet. And when you switch it, this pin rides inside this cutout, and that's how it switches from side to side. Okay, oh, and here's the not so difficult part, but could be a little bit difficult. It has the coil ring to take this ring off, and then there's another coil ring. This one is on the inside. Here it sits on the inside instead of that one which sat on the outside. This one sits on the inside, and I started it already because I don't want to waste a lot of time fishing it out. And you could actually, let me take this pin out. This pin, the pin for the switch, comes out, and there's a hole there, and it makes it easier to get this ring out. Okay. And this one is a little bit bigger than this one. This one's smaller. That one is a little bit wider, the inside ring. Okay, so once you take that ring off, you can lift this out. And here are the teeth. I didn't count them, but I'm gonna say there's like 30 something teeth there. Not too many. Kind of weird. It had when I first opened this up, it had it looked red, kind of rust looking, but it wasn't. I don't think it was rust, because it just kind of is stuck, but it wasn't like pitted. When I put some WD-40 in and I scraped it a little bit, it kind of came off like old grease, and I think I still have some on the teeth there, and it kind of just kind of scrapes away, but not in the way that rust does. Kind of like this is something that's kind of stuck onto it instead of the metal itself being deteriorated. Okay, and here's the mechanism. This is where the surprise come in when I got this. This was covered in that red stuff that I scraped away, and lo and behold, look over here. Look at this side. See those teeth? How nice and sharp they are. Look at these teeth over here. This was mangled. These teeth were missing, and actually they were inside of the body there. I did find some metal pieces from the teeth. Here's maybe some more of that. Did I get it there? Kind of some of that stuff that just scrapes off. Probably old grease or something. Anyhow, not only that, that's not the only surprise. When I took this apart, also, maybe I should just get it to switch to one side, and then this mechanism, it's very similar to not Proto mechanisms, but pennons. They made ratchets under Proto, under the Proto umbrella, but they had kind of their own design. This is more of Proto's. I think they took over, or they used one of the pennons designs, but didn't call it pennons. This is an actual Proto, but if we take this out, you'll see what I mean. Okay, here we take out the pin, and voila, boom. The pin has been snapped in half, and I don't even know how it was able to function at all, or even ratchet with that there. And here's the other pin, the other side of the pin. So the pin was actually in there holding it together, but was snapped in half. So there's definitely some abuse here. I think probably when they broke these teeth there, they probably broke the pin also. I don't know, they probably figured it was a breaker bar and that the mechanism was like a breaker bar, but these mechanisms, a lot of times they're tough. They're really tough, but especially at 3/8, I wouldn't want to sit on a breaker bar just because it was a breaker bar that's 3/8, especially if it had an adapter. This is what I mean. You see how this the pawl here, the pawl is, it's one of these swinging pawls, and it has this rolled pin that's stuck into a hole there in the pawl, and that kind of rides that spring, that channel in there, and that's how it gets when you switch it from side to side. And where did that go? Oh no, did that spring just that spring just took off. Where did it go? Anyhow, let me keep going. So you just push the switch out, take the spring out also when you have it, and I had it and it kind of flew somewhere. I don't know why. It was probably under a little spring tension somehow, and the spring sits in there, and this is the switch. The switch looks kind of machined, kind of weird. Maybe here's like a rough spot here. I'm gonna say that was some of the machining that was rough. If it's just sliding up and down, I don't see how it could have got damaged any other way, but who knows, it's possible. And here is the mechanism housing. Kind of a little bit interesting, kind of a lot of stuff going on here. There's a hole here, there's this cutout, there's the switch cutout, there's the cutout or the reaming for the switch body here, and then you have these holes here, and doesn't look too bad actually. Looks pretty good all in all. And let me switch away and let me go find this spring, and I'll be back, and hopefully we can put this back together. Okay, I located the spring. Here it is. It hit the ground somehow, flew out. Okay, to put this back together, you take your body, you take this little switching thingamajig, and you put it in all the way to those forks, touch the wall there, then you take your spring and you drop that inside that groove there. Looks like that. Okay, now you take your pawl and remember the pin there, that pin sticking out has to go in the channel with the spring. So okay, this is, like I said, this was broken, so I'm going to attempt to put this back together with it broken. I hope this doesn't take a very long time, but here I'm going to give it a whirl. Okay. Well, it should look somewhat like that. Yeah. Remember that the pin is broken, so this is kind of wonky to put it all back together because it's kind of leaning to one side, unfortunately. And what happened here? Ooh, where did the spring go? Okay, the spring fell out. So put it back in there like that. What I'm trying to do is swing this over so that pin will be, let me see if I put this pin in over here, if that helps any. There's just too much stuff going on. Okay. The problem is that this pin is wiggling all over, and I can't really seat the small pin onto the spring. I might have to cut away and do this little by little. Wait a second. There we go. Hopefully. And then I want to center the pin so it's kind of centered and it kind of holds a little bit. Okay, once you get it like that, what you want to do is then put this in the mechanism housing. Okay. Now you get your big ring and you want to start it. Yeah, this is probably a lot of it off camera. I apologize. It's not. Let me take this pin out again because it's in the way. I'm trying to do this in a reasonable amount of time. I'm not trying to. I don't want to turn this into like a half-hour video. But let's see if I'll be able to do it. The problem is pushing this inside pin, inside ring, and getting it on the inside. It's tedious, but it's going little by little. There we go. Oof, okay. Now we take the pin again and put it in. Now you take your switch ring, and remember you want that cutout to sit over that pin. Like that. Now you take your last snap ring. And it goes into that channel there. And you just mash it around, mash it around, mash it around. Okay, we're done, but let's see if this ratchets. Surprisingly, it's still ratcheting, but it's not gonna hold any torque. You hear how that sounds? Very not so good. Let's switch it. Okay. Again, not very good. Wouldn't hold. I think yeah, that pin is just like, instead of like that, it's like this. So it's not gonna, it's ratcheting and switching, but it's pretty much done, and I don't think I could find spare parts for it. But yeah, this is what happens sometimes when you buy stuff online and you can't really test it out and see what's going on. And sometimes you wind up with ratchets that are, you know, kind of on their last legs or broken. And sometimes the people, I guess, they don't even know that you buy these from. They don't even know. They probably just find these where you find them in garage sales or whatever. And they just twist it a little bit. It sounds like it's ratcheting, so it's good. And they try to sell it. Alright guys, that's all I got for now. Until next time.